Hey everybody, my name is CJ Shara, and before I open up about my topic, I'd like to share a story that comes from the article, Doctor, Can You Prescribe Me Some Mozart? This article is written by Lucy Zhu, and it shares a lot of information to open up to what my topic is all about. Picture this, a young man who just recently had a horrible brain trauma, has epilepsy, and is laying in a bed in a coma. He's been in the hospital for quite a while, and doctors have tried prescribing him medicines over and over again to help this man wake up, but nothing seems to be working. So the doctors decide to try something else, something not so standard in the medical world. They decide to take a portable stereo and place it next to the man's ear. And what they do is they play Mozart. They stream Mozart right into his head. And slowly, as time goes by, his brain waves, which were sporadic at first due to the coma and the brain trauma, going rapidly, started to slow down and equalize to where a normal brain rate would be. And after only 5 days of this music streaming to this man, he woke up out of his coma. This is the power of music therapy. Music therapy is a beneficial way to help people who have Alzheimer's or autism or other illnesses, to help them become more involved in a society that they cannot really partake in due to the fact that they have their disorders, their illnesses. Now, everyone listens to music. Mostly everyone listens to music. And many people have a release that comes from music. They use it to relax or to calm themselves down. But not everyone really realizes what the true power of music can do for people. Autism is a mental illness that is usually discovered within the first 3 years of a child's life. And it is a disorder that causes children to be shut out from the community because they are so involved in their own self that they cannot communicate with other people because they don't know how to. When they do try to communicate, they cry, they grunt, they scream. And a music therapist's job is to essentially figure out how to make these people open up. So here's a story from the president of the Music Therapy Association, and her name is Rhoda Kaplan, and she had a patient named George. He was a young boy, and he would come in about every week or so to have these music therapy sessions. He was a young boy with autism, and he would come into these sessions crying, screaming, kicking. If she would go anywhere near him, he would try to pinch her or bite her. And so he'd just sit there crying, and what she would do is she would go to her piano, and she would listen to his cries, find the pitch. This particular pitch was in C minor, and she was able to play the tune of his crying and improvise over his crying. And he would listen to this, and it would make him stop crying, and she would stop playing. And the second he started crying again, she would start playing again. And this would go on until he was able to finally calm down and realize that this woman was okay, that she doesn't need to just talk to him and try to communicate with him, because music is nonverbal. So after he would listen to her playing on this piano, he was able to sit down with her and function with her as almost like a normal average person who doesn't have autism. And he would sit with her and he'd play music, he'd play instruments, and all the while she would be singing to him the actions that they were doing, not talking to him, singing to him. So he could focus on what was going on because it was open to him. He was able to express himself in a way that verbal communication he's not capable of doing. Another illness that music therapy can benefit is Alzheimer's. The Alzheimer's Association says that Alzheimer's is a type of dementia that causes behavioral issues, thinking issues, and memory loss. And basically, Rhoda Kaplan has another story where she would sit down with these 3 Alzheimer's patients at a skilled home, and she would play music for them. And what they would do is they would sit there and they'd tap along to music with what she was playing on her guitar. And this one woman, Mrs. A, she was listening to Rhoda Kaplan playing her guitar, and Mrs. Kaplan started singing Amazing Grace. And in real time, this Alzheimer's patient was able to focus back on some moment in her life when she learned Amazing Grace, and she was able to sing Amazing Grace with Mrs. Kaplan while playing the guitar, and after that she was able to tell her that she has an amazing voice. That's a real-time beneficiary result of music therapy. In conclusion, music therapy, it helps people with Alzheimer's, it helps people with autism. It's a fundamental way to make people be able to focus on the now and be able to communicate in real society.